Hi, good everyone. So let me walk you through my earnings for today. I just want to make this update because I'm going to be heading over to so many tax soon. So let me quickly do this when I can. So before I start this tutorial, this is how much I've made so far today. I don't cross the 1k gap anymore. So if you've been following up my videos, I used to make like 1k dollars before in a day, but of lately I drew back because I miss my traffic. Like I miss the bot traffic with organic traffic. So I've not been making lots of videos of lately, and people are not really visiting my websites. I use my sports betting prediction site for my AdSense. Let me show you. Yeah, this is it, rainapp.com. So because I've not been influencing rainapp.com for long, people no longer come to the website. I can't make as much as $1,000 anymore. But so far so good. I've been able to make something reasonable, especially last month. Last month I made up to $16,000, and last 2 months I made like yeah, $37,000. This is it. $37,000 was last 3 months, and $16,000 was last month. So far so good. I've only been able to make $14,000 for this month. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk you through on how I do this. It's gonna take it's gonna be a 3-step video, and I'm going to recommend ways you could do it if you cannot really afford to do it the way I'm doing it. You can there's still other ways you could do it that feels a bit better. Okay, so the first and the most important step is to understand that bot traffic is against Google terms of policy. So if you're using bot traffic, if you're generating fake traffic, it is against Google terms of policy. What I'm about to show you right now is basically ethical hacking. And my intention is not to make money from bots. My intention is to increase the engagement of my website. I want people to be able to know the services I offer, because I offer a sports betting prediction, service. So that was what actually made me, get to discovering this Google AdSense. I have a platform where I give sports betting predictions. Like if you're betting on any sports betting platform, it tells you what to bet on. So while I was doing this, I created lots of bots in order to be able to get data from the internet. So for instance, if you visit my website now, let me show you one of my websites. This is the renaps.com, where I get to use my bot on. So let me just walk you through how it works from A to Z. Now, some people do arbitrage. Arbitrage is where you go to a place like Facebook, and you now run sponsored ad. So you run sponsored ad from Facebook to maybe your website where you have Google AdSense. So the aim of the arbitrage is you run too much traffic to that particular destination website, and then those traffic convert. What is happening? Ah, okay. Okay, I got scared. I think it was network or something. Okay, so like I could run advert now from Adestera or from Propeller Ads or from any ads platform, and I would run these adverts and I would arrive them at my website. Now, because I have Google AdSense there, and these people are actually charging me lower, like I can pay little money on most of this third party little ad agency, and then they will now bring traffic to my website. Now, if I'm doing something that has to do with a high CPC keyword, let's say I'm talking about insurance, I'm talking about something that Google will pay you highly for. Now, because I'm paying this other company little, and they're bringing people to my websites, it's basically I spend little on little agencies, and when those traffic come to my website, they convert big and I make money. Now this has been working for long. It's called AdSense arbitrage. But the problem with this strategy is those people you actually bring to your website, most times you don't bring them the right way. Like when people get to do arbitrage, most times they come up with different headlines, you clickbait. They want to just create something random on, Facebook, and they're sponsoring it. So just so people could just click. The problem is Google has what we call like a time count. So each time, for instance, if I'm on this website now, ever since I've been here, Google has been counting how many seconds. There's if you check the source code of this website, you should be able to see a Google Analytics. So if you have Google AdSense on your accounts, if you have Google AdSense, you should be able to have a Google Analytics. I'm looking for where that Google Analytics. If it's not here, it should be down. It's usually somewhere on the website. You see a Google Analytics. So what a Google Analytics does is it helps people like me, people like you who have a website to keep track of our this is it, to keep track of our viewers. So when you use arbitrage, people who often like come to the website, they don't really spend so much time on your website. So Google counts and knows that okay, these people they're not really staying that much. They just visit the website and the next thing they're gone. So that way that you get to like have ads limits. Like there's an account here that's already suffering from ads limits. It wasn't used like it wasn't my bots. I'm trying to restore the account back. It wasn't my bots. It was I think it was called Go Login, or was it Moon Login? Go Login or Moon Login, one of them. All these bots that helps you do self click. I don't know. You know all those bots that. And this is also a very important note. For those asking if I use bot, yes, I'm an AI expert. I'm a software developer. I've had lots of experience creating bots. I mean, it's not my. I've been creating bots for years. Renaps is one of my bot projects. Renaps is a website where if you visit there 24/7, it gives you sports prediction. I opened up Renaps. I think that was 2000 officially fully 2016 or thereabout. So this is like how many years ago? This is like 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, I created a software that predicts games like bots. So that alone should just show you how much I've been creating bots. So for someone to be creating bots as way back as 2016, creating automations and bots, then if I actually tell you anything about bots, you know I have quite like a little portfolio. Good. So while I was creating these bots, I came across numerous kind of bots. One of the worst things you can ever do as a bot person, like people who use Go Login, people who use Moon Login, Traffic Bots, Epic Bot Pro, those bots. Now they will give you those traffic they promise to give you, but there is only one problem they have. They are more focused on giving you the traffic because I mean obviously that is what those bots were for. They were just created to give traffic, inflate traffic. They were created to give traffic, but they were not created to cover their traces. Now I've visited some of them. They have all these big languages on their websites where they tell you they cover tracker, blah blah blah. But the real truth is they don't cover tracker because I've tested most of the bots. They land on a website and they don't stay for too long. There's what I actually do. What I do is called word count. Let me show you an instance, for instance. Like on this my website now, there is over 400 words here. Now the first thing I do, like I said, I've been creating bots. It's not really today. It don't today. Since 2016 was when I created a bot that will head over to Bet Ninja to get data, head over to Bet King, get data, head over like any betting platform to go there to get the data, to pass it to, like a script I created back there with TensorFlow, Panda to process it. I had a machine learning algorithm then and to keep processing 24/7 to be scraping data and to be processing the data. So I have quite a portfolio. So what I did on my own bot was if it opens the website, the first thing it does is to check the word count. Now you can't just like I see most people who try to replicate my kind of bot system, and what most of them often do is to create a bot that will just stay on a website for too long. That's stupidity. If you notice, I always ask, I'll always keep saying this. You either scrape the word or you go to your Google Analytics. Like the major reason I have Google Analytics is not just because I want to even check people. It's so if I'm using bots, I can know how to program my bots. For instance, if I'm in a website where the average time people spend there is 3.4 minutes, if I'm creating a bot, I won't just go there and scrape, the amount of words there alone and say, okay, there are 20,000 words. What if nobody reads the page halfway? What if people only spend like out of 20,000 words, they only read 4,000 words. They don't read the remaining 16. Now, if you're not creating a bot, you will not create a bot with 20,000 words in mind. And when they now go there, it goes beyond. Then Google will be able to know that there's a particular kind of bot, especially if you're not well crafted. There's a particular kind of bot frequency that all of them were spending up to 18 minutes there. So it doesn't work that way. So what I do is if I open my Google Analytics and I check, okay, these are the three major things you should check. The first and the most important one, the geolocation. Your already existing traffic has to match with your bot traffic, or your bot traffic has to match with your already existing traffic. It simply means if you've been using bots and you're like most people are quite greedy. They don't actually try to do things in a way it looks normal. They try to do things in a way it favors them, like and let the amount be so crazy. So let's say they're having traffic already from a particular third tech country or one low country that the CPC is quite low. Google doesn't pay you much if you're having traffic from that country, but that is where they've been having all their traffic. Now, instead of continuing on that particular lane where it is safe, but they actually just feel, okay, you know what, if I go over to a country that Google will pay me high, it sounds better. Now it sounds better, but logically it doesn't make sense. So the first one is geographic area. You have to make sure when you code your bots, it matches with the exact geographic area of where you've been having. Now the second one is the amount of time. So for somebody like me, I can really say I have what we call diplomatic immunity when it comes to this. I know some of you are always threatening me, you go and report me. You don't see understand what is happening. This called undetectable. Do you know what the meaning of undetectable? It simply means it is undetected. My traffic looks exactly like organic. So making complaints is just you sounding like you're a hater. Now my website gives 24/7 prediction. This simply means round the clock, morning, afternoon, night. People are consistently on my website trying to get predictions of what they're going to bet next. Now I don't give prediction for one betting platform. I give prediction for multiple betting platform. In other words, I have a streaming platform. By a streaming platform, it means people go to my website to stream games. Now it's more like a live stream. Now the only difference is I can make money both ways. You either stream my prediction, give me money for your presence, or other things can actually stream it and still give me money for it. So now the first and the most important thing is the geographic area. The second one is the time lapse, how long you spend. So for someone like me, I spend as long as I want, and it's basically what it looks like. People spend like 3 to 4 hours on my website because they're always betting from one game to another game. Now the third are not the third. I think I won't really say it's not the most important, but yet still, the most important is time zone on your bot. But before that time zone is the cookie. So this is where those go login, moon login, and every single one I've seen. This is where they all have their issues. They keep saying you don't need cookies. Now, before now, that was true. There was a point in time when Google doesn't even care about cookies, right? Even Facebook, there was a time Facebook doesn't care about cookies. So what is cookies first of all before I presume? Cookies is more like a logged in session. Like if you're logged into a website, while you're logged in, it saves what we call cache and cookie. So if for eventually you close your computer and you come back to that computer, you don't have to practically log in again because the last time you logged in, the logged in session was saved on your computer. Now, if you notice, if somebody sends you a Facebook link now, like a Facebook video or a Facebook picture, something related to Facebook, when you open it, you won't be able to stream that thing. Most of the time, Facebook will tell you you have to log in first, right? So back in those days, Facebook doesn't care, but people started creating bots that would just come here, like you can pay for a Facebook view. Somebody will just create a bot that would, stream their videos, and you see something like 200,000 views, 100,000 views. Who are these people viewing this video? The people could just use any Selenium, Puppeteer, WebDrive. Like you could use any scraping bot actually to increase videos. Now, when it became a problem, Facebook started having issues with things like being able to accurately analyze where traffic was coming from. So every single person who does content creation on social media wants to be able to like check their portfolio to be able to know, okay, fine, where is my engagement coming from, who is engaging with me, the content that are engaging with me. But when people started using lots of fraudulent traffic on Facebook, it became obvious that Facebook could not really give an account of the real traffic. So Facebook now did a cookie policy. This simply means you can only see a Facebook video or react or even really watch a Facebook or even see most times it will cover it to be like a pop-up. The only time you're able to access that content is if you're logging. Now, Facebook and Instagram, which is Meta, under Meta, they have been trying their whole possible best to validate every single traffic that comes in. Now, Google was not part of this their strict cookie policy, but not of lately. Of lately, right now, if you like drive 1 billion traffic, your earnings are going to go high. But before the evening diminishes, it's because right now they now do strict cookie policy. Google wants to know that people who are actually engaging with their Google AdSense, people who are looking at an advert or engaging on an advert, are their real customers because targeting right now has become a major thing. And the only way you can actually target people is when you have more details about them. So if I visit a website and I don't have any cookie, it means Google doesn't know anything about me, right? I hope this is recorded. Because most time when I'm making good videos like this, it doesn't end up recording. I'll come back to now notice that the thing has just stopped halfway. Thank God. Okay, so now, where was I? Talking about cookie, about how Google is now being strict with cookie targeting. Fine, beautiful. So when you target with Facebook, you see that Facebook targeting before now used to be more accurate than Google targeting, because if you're targeting men on Facebook, you have high chances to know who the men are. If you're targeting what is it called again? Maybe people in a particular area, people who do a particular thing. Facebook was more accurate when it came to targeting your real audience. So because of that thing, Facebook was even making more money than Google, right? And the only reason why Facebook was making more money because they have a strict cookie policy. So if you're not logged in, you won't be able to see certain kind of content. So the only time you can see a content is when you're logged in. So because of that particular thing, now it made things easier. Now, when Google now applied this thing, Google now became better. I think right now they're better because if you're choosing, if you say you want to make an advert and you want this advert to be shown in a place like Abuja, you want men to see this advert now because the only time Google would even deduct your money as an advertiser. Now, remember that AdSense is simply where a business person like me walks up to Google and say, Google, I want to advertise this product. I want you to market this iPad for me. I want to sell it. Right. So Google takes up this advertisement right now. Google starts placing it on different places. So before now, if anybody clicks on the advert, Google will just deduct money, whether it is somebody who has a cookie or whether it's a traffic that has a cookie or the traffic doesn't have cookie, doesn't concern them. They just take money. But right now, they do a strict cookie policy. So that simply means if you click on it, they will check, are you logged in? No, you're not logged in. So now that check doesn't come immediately. So this is why you will see your earnings to be so big. Sometimes it will be big, but you're not getting money. Like especially if you're using is it Zoic or is it Zoic? I forgot how they pronounce it. EZOIC or something like that. If you're using a platform like that, you will notice of lately, especially if you're using Go Login, if you're using Moon Login, if you're using Epic Bots Pro, Traffic Bots Pro, those other bots, you get to notice that of lately when you make earnings after a while it diminishes. But do you know the one that doesn't diminish is ours. Mine doesn't diminish, and it's basically because I abide by the three principles. The first one is your geographic area has to match. It is not questionable, it is a necessity. Two, you have to make sure you spend more time. See, let me first tell you why they brought that policy. It was not because of bots, it was actually because of human beings. So they had these platforms where they'll be doing paid click. Somebody will just come and create a website and say, we're going to be posting so many advertisements here. Your own is to just come and be clicking on anyone you see. Right? All these paid clicks. I think they have forums where they do all those things. They pay people to click on websites. The thing is, those people, they're not patient to spend time on a website, so they cannot really spend like 3 minutes or 4 minutes because they're just moving around finding where to click. They want to click as many links as possible. Now, because of that thing, they don't spend time on the website. But when a revisitor comes to your website, they spend time reading your content, they spend time engaging. So Google now brought that time duration. It became a necessity to be able to detect bot traffic or fake traffic or false traffic. It became a necessity because even real human beings were being paid to click, but they couldn't spend more time. So it became a way to even slow them. So even if you want to actually be over clicking to a boost, and I said to now reach like 1,000 to be able to do it because you have to spend at least quite some time. It's not like you have to spend 3 minutes or 4 minutes or no, depending on the content. But the real fact is, how would you know the content time you need to spend? It's only when you're reading it for real. Or you go and check the average time people spent there and put it on your bot. So that's the first one. Oh, I think that's the second one. The first one was geographic area, and then the third one is cookies. So when people talk about cookies, it's okay. How do I get cookies? Now I'm hoping on launching my new service soon, where you can buy cookies. I'm doing cookie recruitment, where I've been trying to reach out to as many people as possible. There are people who sell Instagram followers, Facebook followers, and the rest. So these people, they are fond of creating lots of accounts. So I'm trying to get as many people as possible. I'll be able to create Google accounts who can be nurturing. I'm looking for an algorithm that'll be able to like help me make this account look like real human beings. Then I'll be selling the cookie. So it's a service I'm planning on launching in the future. But for now, I've been building up my cookie for a very long time. So most of my cookies are the major reasons why my buttons even go down. Because if you create a new Gmail account now, you've not built the credibility or history or interaction with that particular Gmail account. If it goes around clicking everywhere, they'll still mark it as invalid. So the art of creating an undetectable bot, it goes beyond. This is why most of my videos, they probably, I don't know if this video is, if you watch this video from now to the next 1 month, you thank your stars. Whenever I actually see sensitive things like this, after a while they delete it. I've seen lots of videos where people say, oh, okay, I'll sign up on his team, I'll sign up on his course, maybe the video wasn't complete or the video was removed. Yes, it keeps getting removed. So I just hope I didn't say anything sensitive that will make YouTube take down this one. But three major things you should keep in mind: geographic area, the amount of time spent, and your cookies. Your cookie is a necessity. The world now is turning into where advertisers can actually start making conversion. That means as people are advertising, they want to be able to be getting money on their business. So you cannot be generating false traffic, and the people who are clicking on this ads are not people who they can actually trace an account to. That means if they're on Facebook and you're creating a bot, let them be able to have a Facebook profile. That's a logged in session. If they're on Twitter, let them be. If they're on, okay, let's focus on AdSense. If they're on Google, let them be able to be a logged in session on the Google. You don't just create a bot, lots of traffic. So most people think it's prosy. That's the most naive thing ever. Oh, the plenty. You think it's IP. You don't even get it. You don't understand it. Google AdSense is more focused on making sure people who advertise make money from the advertisements. They want to be able to know if it's an accidental click. Maybe you could be on a website accidentally, you click on an ad, and you instantly within 3 seconds you close the pop-up. So they even track how long you will land on the website. That means even when you click on an ad, how long did you stay on the ad? Is it an accidental pop-up? Did you just click on it and immediately it's opened? Few seconds later you close? They check both the time you spent on the website you landed and which is the person who has the AdSense account, and when you click on an ad, how long you lasted on that account. So they are more focused on trying to make sure that the money they're deducting from advertisers are actually customers or users who would, at one point in time do business with them. They don't just want people to spend millions, and at the end of the whole day, they leave them to their competitor Facebook. So creating a bot without a cookie is already a sin on its own. I know after making this video right now, every single person will start claiming they have a bot with a cookie. But remember that it's only one person who shows you his AdSense earnings consistently here on YouTube. Only one person you can rely on who has quite a very good portfolio and experience when it comes to creating bot and on detection system. Only one person who has been able to make a milestone. That is the person you should be reaching out to for anything. But to check on the description, my WhatsApp contact is going to be there. If you have a Google AdSense account, you can reach out a deal with me, 2575. I help you drive all the traffic and you give me 25% of your earnings. So see you all next time. This is Donokek. I'm gonna be stopping this video now.